Today we're headed to RE Plus, one of the biggest solar shows in the Northeast. Right now we're in the Hudson Valley by our hometown Modena office, and now we're headed to Boston to go to RE Plus. So come along for the journey as we have a 3.5-hour drive in front of us, and we're taking the Cybertruck there, so we're gonna have to charge up once as well. So let's go.
Welcome.
2025 RE Plus, we just got here, took about 3.5 hours. We did one Tesla charge. We actually used the new feature where you could set the end destination point, what you want to be at. So we're here with 40%, so we have enough to hopefully get home later. But let's do it. We're gonna go into the convention hall now and let's get it started. Guys, check this out. This is RE Plus over here. So this convention center is massive. We just walked through, it felt like 5 minutes of just open space. And in this far corner is RE Plus, the solar conference here. So just from looking at it, I see a couple booths, Silfab, Polar, racking, couple ones I recognize, but pretty cool to see it from above. So this is the entire Boston RE Plus floor plan right here that we're checking out. So they have a lot of breakout rooms up top where they do different industry talks and collaboration. And then down here is the whole show floor. So our goal right now is to get down there, check out a couple vendors. The first one we're gonna go to is CED Green Tech, which is where we buy all of our material from. And also Franklin Batteries, I found out, is right behind the CED booth. So we'll get to check both of those out together. So Augustine, on the side of it, we're using this on all of our conduits, right? Yeah. Can you take us through it a little bit, Scott?
Sure. It's a 7/8 inch EPDM conduit block. We call it the puck, and we trademark that. And then it comes with one screw, and so that can be installed right into the decking. They use a little spot of sealant on the bottom. And then, like I was saying, it's available with or without the clip. We have these available in 1 inch and 3/4 inch clips. The whole idea is you're not using traditional flashing, which some of the conduit mounts would use. Yeah. So you're using less product. Therefore, I'm told it's about 1/3 the price of traditional conduit mounts. So it's a money saver, saves time, and better for the environment because you have less materials being used.
It's cool to see these two, the regular mounts that you have also. We haven't been using those, but to have those have been a real time saver, and also quality wise, instead of just, putting them on top of a quick mount, having a setup like that's been awesome.
Yeah.
So.
Well, if I could take a second, one of our latest innovations we're just launching now is called the Quick Patch. It was requested by installers. Average residential job, you're going to miss a couple or 3 rafters. That's the number we hear. Also, your repair and replace.
We don't miss any at New York State Solar Farm.
I know you guys never do. But the idea was, they said they were using big rolls of metal in the back of their truck, snipping it out, and then a bunch of sealant. So we created a butyl back and then a butyl top, so that all you have to do, on a piece of steel, so all you have to do is lift that first layer of shingles, slide it in over that hole, and then step on it. And we even illustrate that in this little flyer. So large installation companies are now able to measure exactly how many holes are patched, right, and also have a measurable cost. So one of our latest innovations, something that I just wanted to talk about real quick.
Dude, that's awesome, Scott. Thanks for taking us through it.
Anytime.
Appreciate it, man.
Good to see you.
Finished up with what we're looking at over there with the conduit mount that we use with Scott, but something that you just brought us over to, Scott, which we've only been using S5 mounts forever. So this is something comparable?
Yes, these were designed to compete directly in that arena. We had a lot of requests from our loyal installers to come up with metal roof mounts, start penetrating that commercial marketplace. So this is the throne. This is a standing seam metal roof mount. All of our products come with all the parts you're going to need, so there's no a la carte or forgotten pieces. And we also didn't want to penetrate the metal. So we did a grip plate, and then these two pieces here allow it to grab that without creating any kind of a dimple. The roof manufacturers did not want dimples. And so that's what we are able to do. And then by incorporating the L bracket in, hence the name The Throne, we're able to drop the cost by dropping the amount of goods in it. All stainless steel except for this piece here. The grip plate is aluminum. And these are coming in, we're told, $2, $3 per mount less than the competition.
Wow, that's friggin' awesome. And also seeing the trapezoidal mounts that you guys have.
This is our latest and most popular product now at the show, the Rib Rider, your trapezoidal roof mount that's completely adjustable for the many bends that you might find out there in the field. Also with the butyl bottom already there, comes with it, as well as our parent company is Quick Screws. We know fasteners, and we designed these screws as self-penetrating metal screw, comes with the washer and the seal. So this competes directly with other trapezoidal roof mounts. It is stainless steel, and this piece is also reversible for your bottom mount as well as your side mount. So tried to cover all the bases. Most of it was input from the installers, and it's been very popular. This competes at about $2 per mount less, and these jobs are averaging 2,000 to 5,000 mounts. So it's a significant savings as well as an easy to install product.
We run into this application a bunch throughout the year, so definitely our engineer Brett is going to need to get the data sheets on these so he could try to see if we could use them on some of our projects. So that's cool to see.
Yeah, we have full AHJ packet available. We make all of ours public on our website, and I can send you all the testing results, the specs, and a sample. Let your guys beat it up a little bit. It usually passes that test with flying colors.
Wow, awesome. Wasn't expecting to see this. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you.
So guys, I'm here with ConnectDER, and this is Ben from the company. This is a product that we've been wanting to use for so long now, and we can't wait until we're actually able to use it. It seems like we're getting closer and closer, but when we get to, tell me if I'm explaining this wrong, but from our standpoint, when we're installing solar, we either have to do a supply side connection or a backfed breaker into the panel. And in some cases where we have to tie into the panel is a far distance away from where our solar tie-in is. With this product, it avoids all of that, where we could actually tie in outside where the meter pan is. So Ben, I don't know if you could hold this and just talk to us a little bit about the time saving that this product has, the practicality, and the different applications that some people are using it in.
Sure, yeah. This is, as you said, there's a lot of benefits to being on the line side of the main service disconnect, also known as a line side tap. In effect, this is an elegant, repeatable version, so you have the benefits of being external to the home. You have an integrated circuit breaker, size for the output of the AC inverter, and it keeps the installer outside the home, out of messing with main panels, which can be in the basement, hard to access, as well as avoids any of the sizing requirements of wiring into the panel. So it's repeatable. It allows you to have the same type of install every time.
And the meter from the utility goes in the front. This is in between, and then the meter pan is in the back. So this is between the meter and the socket. And up top is where our breakers are, right?
The breaker for the PV output is actually integrated down here, on off. That de-energizes this connection. And then this is a junction box, which is where you have a connection for the conduit. And then it can be removed so that solar installer can wire into their with 2 hots, a neutral and a ground, and then form the connection to the home and to the grid. Yeah.
And I saw a video that you guys were in with State of Charge.
Yep. Yeah.
Was that in Vermont?
That was in Vermont.
And that was where customers are also using this for EV charging.
Yeah.
So not only just solar, but tying in EV chargers to their meter.
Yeah, so that's a separate product. It looks quite similar, and it has a lot of the same benefits of being external to the home, easy routing to an EV charger. This has some more functionality that allows you to shed the EV charger if you're exceeding the current rating of your home service. And that allows people to avoid having to upgrade a service, all that cost and time that comes with that. That can be $3,000 to $5,000, maybe a couple months, just to add an EV charger.
So it's 2 different products. This is the EV charger one, and then this is our solar one.
Solar one, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I learned something new today. I didn't realize that. I thought they were the same, but it's a cool application. I can't wait till we're able to use it. Where is it mostly used right now on the East Coast? Vermont, Massachusetts area?
Yeah, so the EV one is largely in Vermont. It's in approval in a bunch of different utilities, but mostly Vermont is where the installs are. Solar product is around the country. In the Northeast, yeah, Vermont is still definitely the strongest one, but we have New Jersey as well as Pennsylvania. Yeah.
So when we're able to use this in the Hudson Valley, I hope we're the first company to be able to use it, but
sounds good.
Thanks for taking us through this, Ben. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no worries.
So we're at Solar Slate. We do not install on Slate roofs, and Jim is going to tell us how we can, and Augustin, our foreman, is going to resist the entire time. So here we go.
Yeah, so the installation is very simple. You take an existing slate. All we do is we cut a couple of relief holes, cut out a notch. We slide our slate plate underneath, and then you attach a regular L-foot to it. The customized part is the spacer. The spacer is adjustable, so you can get it to wherever you need. Use a standard PVC cutter to cut off the excess. That way, it provides relief, so you're not putting any pressure on the slate itself. That's what prevents any of the cracking.
So this slides underneath.
Slides underneath the slate. Yep.
And then you're notching out each slate piece.
Yes.
That okay?
You don't even have to. We don't even remove them. We notch them out in place.
Is there a tool that's just standard tools that we grind?
Yeah,
Okay.
standard grinder. And then they've, although we use sealant on all of our installs, we did pass the TAS 100A, 110 mile an hour wind-driven rain without sealant. So we passed that.
Got some more New York boys here?
So you can install solar on Slate roofs. You could use their product, Solar Slate Solutions LLC, and we'll figure out an adder, Augustin, where we could start doing these projects.
And solarionslate.com, again, solarionslate.com. And if you have leads, we're happy to buy them off you. If you don't want to do it, we're happy to do it for you. You don't have to say no to your customers. We'll even buy your leads.
That's honestly really good to know. Thank you for telling us that.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So I'm here with the Scanifly team. We've been working with Scanifly for the past, I don't even know how long. It's been a while now, but right now we do all of our 3D models. So we come out with our drone and 3D model out the home, build out the solar on the roof, and our company is fully integrated with Scanifly, and there's not too many products that you use that you absolutely love, and Scanifly is one of them. And I'm wondering if you could tell just a little bit about, like, from a customer standpoint that's getting solar on their home, the benefits of using Scanifly versus like we used to do, getting on a ladder, getting on a roof, holding the dial, all of it.
So yeah, I was a site surveyor. Yeah, I was a site surveyor for 3 years. First 2 years, I was doing what you said, getting on the roof, setting up the ladder. The difference is insane. I mean, when I was It used to be I would do a site visit and I would tell the customer, all right, I'm going to go up on the roof now. And they would say, okay, I'm going to go inside because I don't want to see you fall off the roof.
Yeah.
To, okay, I'm going to do the site visit now, pull out the drone. They're like, oh, what's going on? Like, I want to know more about that.
Right.
So they get way more into the entire solar process. They become more involved. You get more takeaways for them. You get drone images that they can have showing beautiful shots of their house, a 3D model that they can tool around with.
Yeah.
It's just incredible value. Yeah.
And when we used to get on roofs, we would, dude, your palms are sweating.
Oh my.
You're having to get the chicken ladder out for the 45-degree pitch, and you're scared for your life. It's so nice to be, from a safety standpoint, be on the ground.
Yeah.
And the models that we get back for our customers are so cool. Yeah.
That's what we really hear a lot from the customer standpoint. They really appreciate you guys investing in the professionalism, not going up there, anchoring everything in, just flying the drone, getting the accuracy, knowing what you're showing them is going to fit on install day, not having to go back to the drawing board again. Yep.
Yo, I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for giving us a couple minutes. I know you guys are busy here today with the whole show, but I wanted you guys to see Scanifly because we love the product and excited to take further steps with you guys with the design features. But thanks.
Appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by.
Dude, thanks guys for coming. So we're here at, how do you say your company name?
OMG Roofing Products.
OMG Roofing Products, and we're going through the different flat roof applications that we do on residential and small commercial systems. And Kevin, he's like, you want to see our conduit mount for the resi side? And check this out.
You just squeeze the legs together to open the clamp. You drop the conduit in and you're installed. Literally, it's a 2-second installation. Goes right down onto the roof and you're done.
So usually on the residential systems, if we have a short run, we have to lag into the roof, creating a penetration, put our conduit mount. Everything is sealed up properly, but just from an ease of install standpoint, there is no install. That's really easy.
It's perfect, right? You're on and off with it. A lot of contractors use this. They'll just keep a couple boxes in their truck at all times, and they just pop them up as needed.
There were some other cool products that Kevin had here that we use residentially for customers that have flat roofs or rubber roofs. Do you think you could just take us through a couple of those? We run into small residential systems where they just have a flat rubber roof or a rolled shingle style applications.
Like a rolled comp.
Rolled comp, yeah.
Absolutely. So this is a 2-part system. The base plate has a foam on it called M-Seal. It's manufactured by the Sika Corporation, a very large building products company. In compression, it becomes watertight. So you use screws to screw right down to the deck, and you compress the foam.
Yeah.
You don't have to hit a rafter. You can just go right to the plywood sheathing. And then the top plate gets a bead of caulk right around there. It's a water cut-off mastic. The 2 plates are bolted together, and the bottom plate is actually swallowed under the dome of the top plate, so that when it's fully installed on, say, an EPDM roof, which we had just talked about, you see a little bit of the push out of the water cut-off mastic. It's not applied that way. It's actually applied under the flange. This is just showing you have some. And the whole thing is an integrated unit. There's a bottom plate under here. And underneath this, that urethane or that foam is creating a separate waterproof block. So there's 2 waterproofing systems. The foam under the plate and the water cut-off mastic under the flange.
And this is what our entire PV system is built off of. So our L-foot, everything else is on top of here.
Yep, your L-foot goes right under the nut. The nut is supplied. The bolts holding the top to the bottom plate is supplied. The only thing that's not supplied is the roofing fastener itself that's holding the bottom plate, because sometimes you'll need different lengths. But we're a roofing screw manufacturer. We make most of the screws used in the commercial roofing industry, and we just supply whatever length you need.
This is awesome. I'm glad we got to show you an in-depth look at this, because I know it gets brought up a lot of times from our customers of, can I put solar on our rolled rubber roof, on our rolled shingle roof? So awesome. Thanks for showing this to us.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Nice to meet you guys.
OMG Roofing.
Yeah.
At the Megger booth right now, and we actually bought Which Megger tester did we get here?
The MIT 2500.
So we got the MIT 2500 because we're using this on a lot of our Powerwall 3 jobs now to test strings and test the systems out. And I'm wondering if you could tell, basically from a customer standpoint, what a Megger tester is, because a lot of people go to Lowe's and Home Depot and they're not running across Megger testers there. And if you could just give us a little 101 on it.
Absolutely. So a Megger tester or a meg ohm tester is doing an insulation resistance test, and that's referring to the insulation of a cable. So that sheathing that goes around your metal cable. You want your electricity to stay inside that cable and not go outside that cable. And a lot of applications, like in solar arrays, you have bundles of cables. So when cables are bundled and you have electricity leaking out of one of them, that creates an arc fault hazard for the rest of them. So with an insulation resistance tester, what you're doing is you're inducing a high voltage across that cable to measure if there's any leakage from the insulation. You want a high measurement to come back to assure that there's no leakage. That's what an insulation resistance tester is going to do for you. On the other end, you have low resistance testing, which is going to test your low resistance paths back to ground. So that's the opposite side of an insulation resistance test is a low resistance test. This is for your cables and this is for your bus bars, any metal to metal connections. You think about in a solar array, all of your solar panels have a metal frame and they're being torqued to metal racking and mounting.
Right.
You want to make sure all those torquing specifications are accurate. If you're over torqued, that's going to lead to higher current, higher heat, and that's an arc fault hazard there as well.
Thank you for taking us through that and giving us all the proper terminology. Like, that was awesome to see it. And this is totally outside of our wheelhouse of what we do, but this is just really cool. And can you take us through this also?
Yeah. So this is a new technology here. This is an acoustic imager. So what an acoustic imager does is it takes, on this model, 128 microphones in the back here, and it's acoustically scanning a large environment and picking up the sounds of a partial discharge, a gas leak, or a mechanical fault. So this is a great way to quickly scan an environment and pinpoint an issue where you would go and further test down to isolate that issue.
And you brought up the point, like, you could actually basically look at a substation, see where electricity is leaking from.
Exactly.
On here.
Then you can go investigate that particular issue. It's a way to pinpoint for further investigation.
Thanks for taking us through this, Jessica. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Anthony.
Cool. RE Plus, here we are. So here we are. We're at this Silfab booth, and I'm with Brendan. And we actually did a collaboration post with Silfab because we did a really exciting project. It was the Hutchinson Parkway, which is one of the most traveled gas stations on the East Coast. And we have canopies of solar over the gas pumps, and we have Silfab panels on the top of them. And it's one of the coolest projects that we did together. And yeah, on Instagram, you got to check out that post because that was a lot of fun. But really, I wanted to talk with Brendan about, you guys have some really exciting new products coming out, and I was wondering if you could touch on some of those for our customers.
Yeah, absolutely. First, I think the partnership between Silfab and New York State Solar Farm is extremely exciting for us. The belief that you guys have in leveraging North American made and specifically US made solar and domestic content is huge, and we value that as a partner, and the relationship's very exciting for us. So yeah, in terms of our products for the year, we of course are continuing our strong residential offerings. 440 N-type panel that's available in, both domestically assembled modules and domestic content panels as well, which can be found throughout our entire fleet of products that we're bringing to market. So from 530s to 580s to 630s coming down the pipeline later this year. And we're really excited to continue working with New York State Solar Farm and to see what we're able to do to help you guys get some of the best modules in the industry up on roofs and carports and in the fields, but also let's see how we can collaborate to get that extra 10% tax credit adder together. So that's very exciting for us.
What's going to be the go-to residential panel, do you feel, that Silfab has going into this year?
Yeah, so for us, it's going to be one panel for the year. We only move in 10 watt wattage class increments, and we're really excited to move that 430 QD panel which is a fantastic run rate module for us that we call the Silfab Prime, up to a 440. So we'll have a 440 watt strong TopCon module that's exclusively assembled within the United States, available for the entirety of the year. So that's very big news, and awesome for us to be able to produce at such a strong efficiency of 22.6%, I believe. All thanks to our own N-type TopCon cells that'll be made at Silfab's Gigawatt Plus plant in Fort Mill, South Carolina.
I'm just, as you're talking, I'm thinking about that panel with the TopCon and all the tech that you have going into that. And then I'm thinking about the other project that we did too with Silfab this year, which was Hudson River Fruit, which is one of the biggest systems we've installed. And again, Silfab panels on that product is on that job as well. Black panels and just a sweet, sweet system. So it's been fun working with you guys this year. And on the commercial side, you'll see that we're using all of Silfab's panels there, and look forward to seeing if on the residential side we can as well. So thanks for giving us some time.
Awesome. Thanks for the time. Appreciate the partnership.
You got it, man.
Awesome.
I'm here with Reed, right? And we're looking at this crazy looking machine.
This particular one is what I call our combo machine that is set up with a high torque head, so you can install the ground screws or helicals.
Yeah.
But we can also take that adapter off, and we have a air swivel that allows you to DTH or down the hole hammer drill.
Okay.
That setup would typically start from you could do as small as a 3.5 inch hole, or go up. The next size hammer, a 4-inch hammer, you can do a 4 or 5 or 6 inch hole with it. We can set it up for the proper depth for you on as a pre-drill, and then takes 10 minutes to switch it back over and come back and start installing the helicals or the ground screws.
And when I first saw this, I was like, oh, this is mostly commercial applications, but it seems, I mean, that's a regular helical post. We could use this residentially too, right?
Sure. And that's one of the beauties of the combo drill, is that, you know, it doesn't take a whole lot to ship it to the site, and most contractors have a skid steer already.
Yeah.
And they use it for other operations, and it just adds another part of that you can do with it.
And on this, what you guys sell is the entire front application here. It's basically just the front attachment for the Bobcat. So that's what you guys provide.
Yeah, and then you can attach it to basically any standard skid steer. Good to get in what I call a medium size, or 70 some horsepower and larger in the regular cab skid steers.
Okay.
But the high flow hydraulics, if you're running a high torque head, gets you the necessary torque when you go to install the screws. The drilling part doesn't really take so much torque.
Yeah.
And then it's adjustable on your speeds. And if you need to know that you're reaching, you know, a good proper range on the torque when you install the ground screws or helicals, then you can use the rotation pressure gauge, and knowing which motor you have and kind of what its capacities are, that can correlate into the torque.
Thank you for taking me through this, because all the applications we've seen like this, it's been post piler, you know, just slamming down posts, nothing like this that we could actually, that a company could integrate for residential or commercial. So what's the website where people could find this if they're looking at it?
It's wordrockdrills.com. WORD is word for World of Rock Drilling.
Thank you for taking us through this. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So guys, we're here with our longtime partners, Solar Foundations, and thanks for spending a couple minutes with us. We've been working with Solar Foundations for, I don't, how long have you guys been in business? I don't even know, but it feels like 10 plus years. Yeah.
We're in business since 2009.
I think we've been working with each other since 2012, I would say. And we did our first ground mount out in Callicoon together. And but just so our customers know, when you get a ground mount from us, the racking system, the helicals and the racking system that gets installed comes from Solar Foundations, and then we come in after and install the panels and do all our wiring, all the connections. But I was wondering if you could tell our customers a little bit about what Solar Foundations is and what you guys do.
So in short, we're the manufacturer, designer, and installer of ground mount racking systems.
And you guys have a proprietary system where it's not just any ground mount racking system. The way in which we have other videos that we'll link above is because we got your crew as they're articulating the helical pile. We can get through rock, we can get through anything. You guys installed a ground mount for us on basically a rock behind a veterinary office, and it was just, it's amazing what you guys can get through.
Yeah, so we'll attempt to install the ground mount, and if we do end up hitting rock, we back the pile out, we hook up our rock drill, we'll bore that hole right through solid granite, and then we put the pile in, and as soon as it's pinned and locked in, we're good to go.
And Mike, who's the owner, right? And Jim, who's behind the scenes as well. You guys always come through for us. I mean, it'll be the end of the year. We're like, we need help getting this project installed. Or at different times, we have to cancel a project last minute, and Jim probably wants to shoot us at that point. But it's an amazing partnership we have, and it's great working with you guys. I was wondering if from a technical standpoint, you could just take us through basically a little bit about the helical and the racking system, if that's okay. Do you mind holding this?
Yep. So we start with the pile here, which is actually sitting right here. So it's a helical pile. We install it with a Vermeer mini skid steer with the boom arm and drive adapter on the top. We'll put the pile in to the given length until we reach capacity, all by our load design engineering that's predetermined. Cut heights are predetermined, and then we have our cap assembly. We have a solid steel 5x4 beam, which is a freaking rock of a structure, and then the aluminum rail goes on that, and then that's what you mount your panels to.
And when, if I can take this. Yep. When Solar Foundation shows up, this is a cool little mini diagram. So a lot of our customers are like, what do you guys show up with? How much space do I need? It's a little fifth wheel trailer with their, what would you call it? Your little mini skid steer on the back. And they come with their own air compressors, and their crew is just lights out. They totally crush it every time. I mean, there's not another racking system that we would use ground mount wise for any of our customers. And
Great to hear.
When we get there, this is what it looks like. So when our team shows up, we work with the customer in clearing the area, and that's what happens. That's what it looks like when we get there to do our install. So thanks for taking a couple minutes for us. We appreciate it, guys.
We appreciate it.
You guys are awesome. Thank you. So we are at the Enphase booth right now. I'm with Ian and Utsoff, right? Yeah. Utsoff, I just want to make sure I say it right. So we've been working with Enphase for a long time now. They're a longtime partner of ours. We use them on all of our residential projects and commercial projects. And they have a really cool battery out here. They also have a cool little mobile battery back there that I think you guys are powering your whole setup with. But the reason I wanted to meet with them today is a lot of our customers are getting Enphase on their home. They're getting potentially the Enphase battery from us in the future, but just putting a face behind the product, because most of the people are just, they're not meeting you guys. They're not seeing you guys. And I just thought maybe you guys could introduce yourself and then also tell us a little bit about what sets the Enphase product apart.
All right. Hi, my name's Ian Knox. I'm regional manager for the Northeast. Lucky enough to work with these guys for a few years now. And I mean, I think like really what separates Enphase from everybody else, if you boil it all down, is that there's no single fail point throughout our entire system. And that's the ecosystem on the roof, all the panels and microinverters, and all the way down to the battery. There is no single thing that can fail in this system and take us to a zero production point. And so we rely on this. And not only do we have an extremely low failure rate on all of our parts and pieces, but if something does go wrong, it's not going to take out the whole system. So we're in a good spot to continue to weather the storm.
Hey, I'm Utsav Ghosh. I head product management for batteries, combiners, system controllers, a bunch of Enphase products. And echoing what Ian said, Enphase products are known for their reliability and quality. We back it up with a 15-year warranty. It's an industry-leading warranty on the batteries. You'd be hard-pressed to find one that exceeds that. Right? And echoing again what Ian said, every battery that we have, this is the IQ Battery 5P. It's a 5 kilowatt hour unit. It's modular, 140, 146 pounds-ish. Not that hard to lift. No specialized equipment required for lifting. Comes with 6 micros built in. So to knock out a battery, you need 6 micros failing because it keeps going if just one fails. So this sort of reliability and redundancy is built across our system. Even on the roof with the batteries, right? With the IQ8s on the roof, we can recover a depleted battery even if the battery is fully down. That's something unique to Enphase. Other products will require some charge in the battery to get the roof going. But Enphase, if you have the IQ8s up there, even if this battery depletes, you are coming back with a microgrid in the morning if you're running off grid. Yeah. That's just a few things about Enphase.
And something that's, I think, really important from the installer perspective is that if something does go wrong, because sometimes things go wrong, is having the people to call up when there is an issue. Most of the time, call up customer service, get it figured out. But if there's something we need to escalate support on, we can give Ian a call. We can give Utsoff a call and say, hey, what's going on with this? And they check into it and look into it for us. So appreciate you guys taking a couple minutes for us. And we've got a lot of cool projects together with Enphase, and we'll link a couple of them below. Also, we just finished that 50 kW commercial project together. You got to check out that video when you get a chance, because that customer was super pumped. Module level monitoring on 100 plus panels, like awesome system. Awesome. But thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks, Andy.
Hey guys, I'm here at the REC booth with Brian. We are longtime partners of REC. We use them on all of our customers' homes, most of the businesses that we install on as well. Currently, we're using the REC 460 panel paired with an Enphase inverter or a SolarEdge, Enphase microinverter or a SolarEdge inverter. And it's just been beautiful. The black sleekness of the panel, the power output of the panel, the efficiency of it. It's just been a really amazing option for all of our customers that are just looking for a high output system and just aesthetic wise, just have it look like glass on the roof. So I was wondering, Brian, if you could talk a little bit about REC and then also like the advantage that REC has.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the tee up and love hearing that you guys are having success. So I've been with REC for 6 years, but I sold REC in the home for 11 years before that. The reason I joined REC is because I knew they had a demonstrated record of reliability, and we would have an opportunity to disrupt kind of the residential space by having, I call it the sexiest panel that has the most energy output. And so that's really what we focus on. We are technology leaders. We invest in producing the most efficient module, and then we have the best reliability track record. The corporate history on us is important. We were bought 3 years ago, and now we're expanding into C&I and utility. We're building a 20 gigawatt factory in India, and all the product you're getting today is coming out of Singapore. So 2 trade-friendly countries, and some growth on the horizon.
And also our office in Modena, that was once a gas station. We have REC 460s going up in the next month or so. We're doing the front of the roof, which is the north side, which it's not ideal, but we've only had solar on the back. And everyone's like, where's all the solar? Like, don't you guys do solar? So we're doing both sides of the roof. We're coupling it with Tesla Powerwall 3s as well, so we have backup power there. But yeah, so we're going to have RECs on the see pretty soon also.
Check it out next time.
You got it, for sure. Yeah. Thanks for doing this real quick. I appreciate it.
Happily, man.
REC, it's cool to see our partners. And I think that's been the motto of the show is everyone we've been meeting, if we need something from our distributor or a partner, we could give them a call, and we can give Brian a call if we ever need help at REC. So thanks so much, man.
Yeah, really appreciate it.
Dude, thank you. It's cool.